My name is Tzippy and I am here to do a webinar to talk about life in Beer-Sheva. I'm sorry I have a little bit of a cold, but I'll get to that when I speak about the weather. I'm originally from New Jersey. I attend CUNY, City University of New York, Queens College, and I have been in Israel since August 1st. And I'm going to talk about life in Beer-Sheva with a slideshow that coordinates with the what I'll be speaking about, so enjoy. So everyone who I'd ever met before coming on this program who told me about Beer-Sheva talks about Beer-Sheva as a giant tumbleweed desert really far from the center of Israel, or soldiers talk about it as a giant bus station where they then proceed to their army bases. But I'm here to tell you that Beer-Sheva is so much more than that. BGU, Ben-Gurion University, where we are, is known to be the most student life-oriented university in Israel, and rightly so. I think they've definitely earned this title. The student life, the activities and involvement, everything, they do a really good job. So Beer-Sheva is a modest town. It's growing, ever growing. The periphery is definitely growing more popular than the center, which is a good thing, but they're trying to work on making the center more popular again. It's definitely no Jerusalem or Tel Aviv. But there are definitely pros to this because, for starters, everything in Beer-Sheva is a lot cheaper. It's also nice to, get away from those center towns sometimes, and the Negev is really beautiful. Here, this is a picture from just walking down the street in Beer-Sheva one day, sunset. It's the only place in Israel where you can walk for great expanses and just see nature, like really close out of Beer-Sheva, and you're not going to find that in the center of Israel where it's so highly populated. There are lots of shopping centers in Beer-Sheva. They just opened the biggest mall in Israel, which is called the Grand Canyon, which is a pun because canyon in Hebrew means a mall. The closest supermarkets to the dormitories are about a 20-minute walk or a 5-minute bus ride. There's a hospital across the street from the university. And right on the outskirts of the city, this is the university, a really nice spot that I like. It reminds me of yoga. The university is beautiful. It's so much nicer than my university at home, and the landscaping, everything, it's really nice. Right on the outskirts of the city is the Southern Monument, and you can see it even from the dormitories, and it's a beautiful place to go stargazing, and in August to see the meteor showers. And here's me with a couple of friends, and we went to see, this was when we went to see the meteor showers in August, and it's beautiful there. It's also really nice to go there during the day. So in OSP, on the overseas program, we live in the dormitories, which are just right across the street from the university and the sports center. The center of town and the old city of Beer-Sheva are a short bus ride away and about a half-hour walk, literally straight by foot. What else in Beer-Sheva? Oh, there are a lot of cats, warning to all of Israel, but in Beer-Sheva especially. This is a really cute one. My friend Alyssa got it. This is the old city of Beer-Sheva. It's a really nice idea. There's a huge chalkboard that says, "Before I die, I hope to," and people just pieces of chalk, and you can just write in what you want to do. So it's just a nice part of Beer-Sheva. So public transportation in Israel and Beer-Sheva is pretty basic, pretty convenient. I don't know where you all are from, whoever's watching this, but I'm not so good with public transportation, and Israel really makes it simple. There's the Israel railway station, which has a stop with an entrance that feeds directly into the university. So that was actually built for the students who don't live in Beer-Sheva. And it literally goes into the university. Like when you get off the train, you just walk down over a bridge, and it goes right into the university. And the railway station also stops in the center of Beer-Sheva, so like by the bus station in the center of town. The trains are a bit more expensive, but they're a lot more efficient and comfortable, and faster, quicker. They'll save you a good 20 minutes just about wherever you're going, because this is the intercity train system. But it's okay because with our student discount that we receive for public transportation, we are able to put it on our quote-unquote Metro cards that we receive that we're students, and we get a really good discount, like a 33% discount, and it really cuts back on money. It helps you save, and it can be used on the intercity buses, the inner city buses, and on the trains. There are lots of bus stops like in all the cities, and they're really helpful because they have a sign with all of the bus numbers, a little summary of where those buses go, and they just put up these new electronic boards with like the incoming bus and in how many minutes it's coming. So that's a new addition in Israel, and it's very convenient. So for inner city buses, you can purchase a set of 15 rides at a time, like a package. It comes out to about, with the student discount, it comes out to about 75 cents a ride, which is awesome for within Beer-Sheva. And there's cabs always. And there's a new smartphone app which was made by the same people who made Waze, which was an Israeli startup, which was then bought by Google, but it's called, the public transportation branch of their app that they just came out with is called Moovit, M-O-O-V-I-T, and I highly recommend that to anybody coming to Israel in general. It really helps figure out your transportation for you. And don't worry about being stranded in the desert in Beer-Sheva, because it is a city, and even if you want to get out, Jerusalem and Tel Aviv are about an hour and 20-minute bus ride away, and on the train Tel Aviv is even closer. So yeah, that's about the public transportation. The weather in Beer-Sheva. Summer lasts for a very long time in Beer-Sheva. This is us at the pool in the sports center. We were dressed for summer well into November, but don't let the fact that Beer-Sheva is a desert deceive you, because the nights, while they were warm throughout the summer, we were here since August, starting the end of September they get chillier while the days are still warm. This week began the true winter season, and I'm not sure that everybody realized how severe it was going to be. I certainly didn't. It's cold. It's like New York cold. I mean, it's, this morning I woke up, it was 48 degrees. It's not looking good for the rest of this week. And this week I've been wearing a light jacket, a scarf, hat, and even sometimes my rain boots in the desert, which is really special when it rains in the desert because it doesn't happen so often, and this week it has been, so that's really nice. But it's cold. Pants and sweaters are a must. And in the dorm rooms we have air conditioners and heaters, so not to worry about that. It is, you know, we manage. The local people, this is just me and my friend having different opinions on what the weather was outside. She's having a hard time accepting that summer is officially over. The local people in Beer-Sheva are nice. They are Israeli. I don't know if you know anything about Israelis. Israelis are strong-willed, kind of aggressive, but very warm-hearted. All of the people in the university, involved in the university, including most of the students, do speak English. Otherwise, not all the locals speak so well, but it's enough to get by, for sure. Everyone's friendly. There's a lot of Russians and Ethiopians, specifically in Beer-Sheva. We have less of an interaction with them just because we are more submerged in the student area of Beer-Sheva, which is nice for the student field. But for example, like, I needed to go to the doctor once, and there they spoke English and were super helpful. And I have my regular cashier at the supermarket who loves to practice her English with me. She always gets excited to see me there. Oh, I know English. She's really good. She's getting better. Culture and customs and things matters like this in Beer-Sheva. Beer-Sheva is not remotely religious, whereas Israel is known as a religious country. But you can definitely find it here. There are many Bedouins in Beer-Sheva, Muslims and Christians. I know David, if you met him last night, he did his webinar. He's Christian, and he's part of there's like a Christian foundation in the old city of Beer-Sheva, it's called the Bible House, I think, and he goes there to volunteer and to be surrounded by Christianity. So yeah, basically the three monotheistic religions. If you're part of that, not part of that, you'll find it here. For the Jews, there is a Monday night Jewish learning program and free dinner, so that's really nice. These are mezuzahs that I made on that program. It's Jewish customary plaque that you put on the right side of the doorpost, and you give it a kiss every time you walk through, and there's like the Shema written inside. So that's nice for us all to be exposed to a little of that. And I live with 2 Arabic Israelis and 1 secular Jewish Israeli, and we get along just fine despite the cultural differences. I really like them. During the week and during our time in Beer-Sheva, we go out, we go to pubs, we go to clubs. This is us, pubs and clubs. This is a really cool pub that is like a pub slash bookstore slash, they like to have performances and like open mic nights and poetry, so it's really cool. It's me standing there. This is us with our friend having a birthday party. This is actually us sitting outside in the dorms together. There's soccer. We have the sports center, so we have like a group on Facebook to play soccer because a bunch of us are into it. Kids from OSP, Israeli, BGU students, all part of this group that we all started. And whenever someone wants to play, you just post it. Whoever wants to go, we're playing at 6, and we all just show up in the sports center, which we have access to with our student cards, which is literally across the street. It's amazing. So we do that. In the dorms, there's, and we went swimming all summer. In the dorms, every night there's a different exercise class for free. There's Pilates on Sundays, salsa, Zumba, aerobics, and then with the student union you can sign up for Krav Maga, which is kind of Israeli Taekwondo, martial arts. We have one girl who is from UNC, and she's actually a Division I fencer, and she found a fencing club here in Beer-Sheva. So literally whatever you do, we have one girl who's a swimmer, you could find it and do it. Beer-Sheva has options. There's a movie theater on campus. There's concerts and performances, and there's really good restaurants. There's this ice cream place where we're eating from right now in this picture. There's a vegan Indian food place, which is good and interesting. There's sushi, burgers, cafes, a schnitzel restaurant, which is really good. On campus, all the food is cheaper because they understand that students need to spend less money. So there's tons of places to eat on campus. There's cafes. In each building, there's like usually a coffee stand with like pastries and sandwiches and salads. So yeah, that's good. For the weekends, the program can set us up with families if you want to see a Shabbat, or you can, go home with your roommates if you're friends. You can, most of the students, though, go do travel outside of Beer-Sheva in general on the weekends, to other cities in Israel, or they stay in the dorms and just study and hang out with friends and go out. Around town and so first of all, OSP provides us with a lot of group activities and games. I love games. This picture of us eating the ice cream is actually, there was like a mini scavenger hunt, and me and my partner Noah, we won, so our prize was a giant tub of ice cream. There was Master Chef, which me and my friends also won, and the prize was again a giant tub of ice cream where you get to pick the flavors. And there was an I think I put it out of order, but this is it. There was an Instagram Hanukkah Thanksgiving contest, which I also won. I just love games, so yeah, that's really good. They organize all of these things for us and activities. This was koike. It's an Israeli, I guess, kind of thing that you do. It's a giant pot, and you just throw in everything, and then we literally put that pot in this fire, which we made in the middle of the desert, and it's really good kind of stew. There was, in the summer, like lots of parties and events, and this was in a remote, like, middle of nowhere, in the middle of the desert, like nothing surrounding us, just sand for miles, just like a rave, and it was really, really nice. The university threw on the first week of the semester, they threw a street party, which was really cool, with like little stands, people selling things, and like a DJ. Was really nice. For the holidays with the group, it's really interesting because we're all from different places, different religions, different backgrounds, and so it was interesting. We all come together and do all the different holidays together. This was Halloween in Israel. This was Hanukkah that just passed. This was us all lighting the Hanukkah candles together. And this is our Advent calendar for Christmas. So everybody feels included, all of their religions, and everyone's learning about everyone else's cultures from the group, which is mostly Europeans and Americans, mostly Europeans. Students do have the opportunity to volunteer. Some examples are teaching English to Sudanese refugees, which is here in this picture, some friends of mine, and they're volunteering. Helping out at Ethiopian absorption centers, working with kids, helping the elderly, spending time with them, or environmental causes. A lot of kids on our program this semester are very into helping the environment, so they work with that. This is just me and friends just having fun in Beer-Sheva and the university and trips, and it's really just a great university. I have seen Israel in many other contexts. This is not my first time, and this is a new experience for me completely. Like, I thought I knew everything there is to know about it, and Beer-Sheva's different. So if anybody has questions, thanks for listening to my webinar, and I'm gonna start checking them out now. Okay, so somebody asked, what advantages do you think there are to studying abroad in Beer-Sheva versus a university in a bigger city like Jerusalem and Tel Aviv? I think in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, quite frankly, you can get lost in the, I don't know, they're big cities, and, just a lot going on that with student life, without student life, and they're great to visit, but I wouldn't want to go to university there. Everyone know that, like I started, Beer-Sheva, the student life, it's so intimate. Oh, I didn't even tell you, there's this, the drum circle every Monday night, like, it's the students are like playing these weird hippie instruments and doing like acrobatic yoga, and there's like a crate of beer, and it's like an honor system, just drop in 10 shekel and take a beer and we trust you, and it's really open. And the student life, I think, is even among Israelis in Beer-Sheva is known to be better than in Jerusalem and Tel Aviv, even though those are prestigious universities as well. Here's a question: do I feel safe in Beer-Sheva? 100%. It's funny, I feel safer in Israel than I feel in New York, because I know that, like, Israel is trained for every situation more than most countries in the world. I take a terrorism class, a history of terrorism class, not how to be a terrorist, sorry. We were just learning yesterday about, like, Europe and how they were totally not prepared for terrorism attacks, and how they go to Israel for help. And yeah, there's shelters, bomb shelters all over the place. They show us where they are right in the beginning. I totally feel safe here. There are soldiers everywhere, and I really, yeah. Somebody is asking, as a female, are there any concerns you have regarding safety and cultural taboos? Interesting. So on our first day of orientation, they spoke to us and they said, they taught the girls, the first phrase they taught them in Hebrew was Ani lo rotza, which means I don't want, which is people in Israel, Israelis, Arabs, everybody, the men, they're more pushy a bit. So they taught us Ani lo rotza, which was a good phrase to know. You just have to, say what you want. They understand you're American, you're different, you're interesting in their eyes. Ooh, you speak English. They hear you from a mile away. We're Americans, we talk so loud. So compared to, like, the Europeans, yeah, just get ready to feel super American when you come here compared to everyone else. But everyone's super accepting, so that's nice. Yeah, you just have to be aware and be safe. Did I speak Hebrew before going to BGU? Yes, I did. I grew up going to a Jewish private school, and I've been learning Hebrew since first grade, so I spoke pretty well. Here I was in the summer Ulpan in August for 6 weeks. We had 3.5 hours of Hebrew lessons each day, and there were 4 different levels. There was level A, B, C, and D, so I was in level D, which is the highest, and I am now continuing in level D now through the semester, which is only an hour and a half, 3 days a week. But it's very intensive, and I see my friends who did not speak a word of Hebrew coming into this, and they really speak good Hebrew, and I'm really impressed because I'm not the one learning a new language, but I'm seeing how successful they are, and yeah, I think people will be successful learning Hebrew because it's a really good Hebrew learning program. Is there anything you wish that you had brought with you to Beer-Sheva that you didn't? Just bring warm clothes. Don't bring too much either. I mean, now with the suitcase limitations, I can't think of anything. I mean, yeah, a bicycle, but I don't think that would have fit in my suitcase. It is nice to have that. Some kids here rented or bought bikes. Just bring clothes. Oh, bring modest clothes. I'm sure they'll tell you. For when you go to holy sites, and also toiletries and things are a bit more expensive here. So if you could fit them, buy them in the States or in Europe or wherever you are. Are you glad you chose to study abroad in Israel? 100%. I am a little bit partial to Israel in general, but yeah, I see my friends who had never been to Israel before here on this program and how eye-opening it is to them, and I'm so glad that they are able to see it and see the truths and not just like the media and whatever, and they're starting to really identify with it on all sides. Doesn't matter what your political opinions are, when you're seeing it firsthand, it's different. have you been able to meet many Israeli locals? Look, that's up to you. That's if you go out and attempt to it. I have an easier time just because I do speak Hebrew, but you know what? They really all speak English, the students at least. When we go out, we meet them. When we go out in the sports center, in the pubs, I play soccer with them. It's not just the OSP students. The roommates, what's really smart what they do here, that they on OSP, that they room us with Israeli students, because it forces us, they're not just putting a bunch of Americans and Europeans together. It forces us to broaden our horizons, so that's nice. How are the classes? The classes are fantastic. We have very small sized classes. Our program is very intimate, and we get a lot of individual attention, which is something at home universities, especially those majoring in things like, I don't really know, like psychology, where it's like a huge lecture hall that the teacher never knew your name and will never know your name. This is really special, and the professors are brilliant here. Like, I mean, CUNY is a good system and all, but the people here are really professionals. They know what they're doing. I'm taking a course on the history of terrorism and guerrilla warfare and now we're focusing a little on counterterrorism. The professor was part of the IDF. He had high positions there, which he cannot tell us about. I don't know. He's brilliant. He really knows his stuff. I'm taking an environmental policy course, which is really interesting. I'm broadening my horizons because I'm not so into science, but this is more like science but more policy, and I'm learning that I have a new interest, which is very nice for me because I'm not so sure what fields I want to pursue, and that's brilliant. And I'm taking Hebrew, and I'm taking a really special history of Israel course that David kept talking about last night in his webinar. It is in the Stable Care campus, which is about 45 minutes away, and we have access to Ben-Gurion's archives and personal documents, and it's awesome. We have the second half of the class as a workshop, just like looking at the documents, and it's very cool. So the classes are really special. I hear all my friends talking about their classes, and they're all special, and I wish I could have signed up for all of them. How long will you be in the OSP program for? Unfortunately, I'm only here for one semester, and I really want to stay. If Ben-Gurion had a degree in English, besides for their English literature degree, which even that I would consider because I like English literature a lot, I would totally stay here. Like, I want to stay in Israel in general, and other universities have degrees in English, but I'd rather stay in Beer-Sheva, in this remote desert area, than go to the center. I'd rather it be here. So yeah, I'm here for a semester. We have some people staying for the year, and yeah, I love it. You should really all consider this program. I'm glad I got to do this webinar to tell you guys about it. It's really such a special program. And just one more thing to add, the faculty and the administration of this program literally takes care of every single need we have. I've never been on an organized program where people took such good care of me. Literally anything we need, from doctors to just comfort things to public transportation to planning a hike and a personal trip that we're doing on our own time. They will take their time out to help us. I'm so impressed with them, and I really highly recommend this program to anyone and everyone. So I hope you all got a lot out of this. For more information, you can call the number on your screen or email, and hope to one day see you all in Beer-Sheva. Bye.